Without further ado, allow me to introduce our esteemed speakers for the special talk session led by Mr. Jess Reyes, President of PARMS, who will serve as the moderator for this session. Now, allow me to hand over the floor to our moderator, Mr. Reyes. Mr. Reyes, the mic is yours.
Good morning, magandang umaga sa ating lahat. I will explain to you first what's going to happen over the next more than 1 hour session. So we'll first do the presentation. I'll make a short presentation about our initiative in PARMS. And then I will be calling all the 4 panelists to give their presentation, 15 minutes each. And then I'll be requesting the panelists to come over for the panel discussion. Okay? So we'll have the mics ready in the aisle so that our attendees can also ask questions to the panelists later. Let me start the presentation by talking about our topic towards our vision of zero waste future. So we move towards this vision anchored on collaboration, partnership, and compliance. Let's begin by grounding ourselves in the scale of the challenge. In the Philippines, each person generates about 0.5 kilograms of waste daily. And we have 117 million Filipinos. Imagine the total waste that we generate every day. Yet, we lack adequate sanitary landfills. Only 30% of the population can be served by our existing sanitary landfill sites. And in 2015, actually, there is a publication that says that we have a rating of 83%. That's high, but it's on the mismanagement of solid waste. Incineration is banned by law. Although there's already some guidelines on waste-to-energy facilities for municipal waste, but unfortunately, no local government nor investor has put a facility in the Philippines. So we don't have incineration in the Philippines. And also in the 2015 publication, it was mentioned that Philippines ranks as the 3rd biggest contributor of plastic waste in the ocean. PARMS is proof of what's possible when industries come together. The logos that you see are our investing partners. These are the companies that form PARMS. So this is the companies that try to get us moving in PARMS to do our projects. So I was once part of this group. I was with Nestle Philippines. And I was one of the OEs before. And that more than a decade ago, these companies are the ones who pushed us to develop this Zero Waste to Nature Ambition 2030. Here you will see that in this slide, our journey. We started in 2013. I was the chairman of the Environment Committee of Philippine Chamber of Commerce and Industry. And our director said, Jess, we are doing a lot of environmental issues. Let's just focus on one issue. And he said, we all agreed, we'll focus on solid waste. So we gathered all the solid waste leaders in the country and tried to understand the issues on solid waste and then came up with a solution to address the solid waste issue. So 2014, we were able to register PARMS because we couldn't find an organization that will lead the solution to the issue on solid waste. Then 2015 came the issues on plastic waste. And so we focused our attention in PARMS to addressing plastic waste. 2020, we came up with a study because we have to have a baseline data on the size of the problem. Where are the waste coming from? What's the volume of waste in the Philippines? To be able to develop a very good roadmap to addressing this issue. Then, 2022 came the passage of the EPR law. So, PARMS was the first of the registrants as a product producer responsibility organization in the Philippines. And we are happy to say that we were able to submit our EPR compliance audit report to DNR in 2024 and also 2025. Looking ahead, our vision, Zero Waste to Nature, is very ambitious, very bold. And we set clear goals. 80% plastic recovery across member companies and industries by 2028. We have to grow our membership to include all major investees. And we have to forge more partnerships to get more of this plastic waste. For years, waste management was seen as the responsibility of the local government units and also the consumers. But with the extended producer responsibility, which was passed in 2022, we share this responsibility among the private sector. Producers, manufacturers, and importers are legally obligated to recover and reduce their plastic footprint. Under the EPR law, companies must, first, reduce the use of non-environment friendly packaging, and second, recover plastic waste to prevent leakage into the environment. And every year there is a reduction, a target that each company must comply. Obliged enterprises need to create effective systems to reduce problematic packaging. And currently, the problematic packaging identified are the plastic waste or the plastic packaging. And also set up recovery mechanisms to account for what remains. The EPR audit report, EPR Compliance Audit Report or ECAR, is a core requirement under the EPR. And shown in the chart are actually the diversion targets that each of the obliged enterprises need to meet every year. Starts at 20% in 2023 and 40%, 50, 60, 70, and by 2028, we should already achieve 80% diversion target. Very tough. Okay, but we take on the challenge. And non-compliance has serious consequences. Monetary penalties ranging from 5 billion pesos, that's 90,000 US dollars, up to 20 million pesos. And on the third offense, suspension of business permits. That's very stringent. And, of course, it could damage the reputation and brand trust of the company. The stakes are high, which is why membership in a PRO, like PARMS, helps enterprises to stay on top. Our online EPR portal brings together three groups. Obliged enterprises, these are the OEs. They declare their plastic footprints, and they also have to make sure that they have recovery plans to divert a certain percentage of their plastic footprint. We have external auditors who validate reports, also evidences. And we have also waste diverters who implement recovery and recycling facilities. The portal, our portal, simplifies registration, submission, and access to certified service providers. PARMS is a non-stock non-profit organization, and our portal provides our OEs direct access to our diverters, and we don't earn anything from these transactions with them. Okay, OEs can select the diversion mechanism, the diversion company they wanted to engage in. To date, we've built a robust ecosystem. We have 303 obliged enterprises in our portal, 234 voluntary enterprises. These are the small, medium enterprises that wanted to also participate in EPR, 104 waste diversion partners, and 81 accredited external auditors. If you wanted to see or if you wanted to learn more about our Zero Waste Literature program, we've got the QR code in that chart. Now for the results. Let's look at our first year impact. For rigid plastics of over 102,000 metric tons that were accounted for, that was a footprint consolidated for PARMS members, we were able to divert 26% of them from the environment. And for flexible plastics of around 70,000 metric tons, we achieved 41% diversion. Okay, following chart provides us with an illustration of the proportion of rigid plastics which were successfully recovered in year 1. So you'll note that the hulls of the plastics were diverted to mechanical recycling for the first year. Next chart shows you the flexible plastic diversion. So we achieved 40%, a very good an overachievement of the target. And the diversion, more than 80% diversion is actually through co-processing, which is using the plastic waste as fuel for cement kilns. Our next slide is actually our achievement for the year 2. We submitted this very recently. The deadline was June 30 of 2025. We were able to and actually comply with the requirement of 40% for flexibles and rigids. But we know that this journey is just beginning. By 2030, we aim for zero waste to nature with an ever stronger network of companies, communities, and partners. Together, through collaboration, partnership, and unwavering compliance, we can build a future where materials are valued and nothing is wasted. Thank you very much for your attention. So let's now move on to listen to our panelists. But before that, I'd like to give a short introduction. I was very old already in the environment field. I was with Asik Gilbert way back 1986 when I was part of the National Pollution Control Commission. Okay, when I was an environment officer, I was struck actually with a video, an environment video. And the video that was actually shared by Secretary Bibetcos talked about what's the problem of this word. And the problem of this word can be summarized into 2 words. Too much. Too much is taken from it. Too much is put into it. Okay, now let's listen to our panelists, how they address this too much problem. Okay? Let me first introduce to you our first panelist, Dr. Treesuvit Arriyavat, or it's easier to call him Dr. David. Okay, Dr. David is an expert in ASEAN regional cooperation with an extensive experience in managing multilateral projects that support sustainable development and policy dialogue across Southeast Asia. He holds a PhD in management from Mahidol University in Thailand, where his doctoral research focused on executive education and institutional development in the ASEAN context. Since 2022, David has served as a secretariat of the Asian Circular Economy Stakeholder Platform, ACESP, at the Asian Center for Stable Development Studies and Dialogue, hosted by Mahidol University. But before joining ACESP, David served also as the secretary, the secretariat of the Passage to ASEAN P2A associations, and a lecturer of Nangsip University. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big round of applause to our first panelist, Dr. David.
Okay, Swadikap. Very good morning, Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, and honorable delegates from member states, brothers, sisters, and friends. Morning, my name is Treesuvit Arriyavat David. First and foremost, allow me to extend my humble gratitude to the organizer of this event for your kind invitation and for having me in this panel. It is with great honor to be here to present about ASEAN cooperation on sustainable waste management and circular economy. So my presentation consists of 3 parts. First is the introduction of the ASEAN Circular Economy Stakeholder Platform. Second part, I will briefly touch upon some of the key regional documents or frameworks promoting sustainable waste management and circular economy. And in the last part, I will talk about some of the project or initiative in Southeast Asia that promote waste management and circular economy. Without further ado, let's rock and roll. So the ACSDSD, our center was established by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the Kingdom of Thailand, in partnership with ASEAN member states, and we aim to facilitate research, policy dialogue, and knowledge exchange on sustainable development, challenges, and opportunity. And the ASEAN Circular Economy Stakeholder Platform, which is hosted by our center, was established as a regional knowledge and collaboration platform with a mission to help ASEAN member states achieve sustainable consumption and production to and assimilation to a circular economy. Is a part of an ongoing ASEAN-EU partnership on circular economy since 2018, and the platform was officially launched in 2022. And we fulfill our mission by operating a knowledge and information portal to share different type of knowledge, including policy, good practice, events, strategy, roadmap, and other relevant information to raise awareness on the relevance and benefit of circular economy for ASEAN member states, while promoting knowledge sharing, dialogue amongst different type of stakeholders. So in addition to the operation of the knowledge and information portal, we also organize online and on-site events and annual regional conference, as well as initiate job project with strategic partners. As mentioned earlier, we operate knowledge and information portal at ce.acscsd.org. Please check out our knowledge portal, share your experience, insight, knowledge, learn from the others, and engage in meaningful collaboration. And we also communicate with our user on networks through different means of communications. We also involve in survey and studies, say for example, the ASEAN Circular Economy Business Barometer, where we measure level of readiness or awareness of ASEAN MSME on circular economy. And our annual flagship event, the ASEAN Circular Economy Forum, or the ASEF. The first ASEAN Circular Economy Forum was in Jakarta in 2023, and last year was in Bangkok as part of Thailand Sustainability Expo. And this year, the ASEF 2025, under the inspiring theme covering the circular economy transition in ASEAN with green skills and know-how. This year, ASEF reflects Malaysia's ASEAN chairmanships and its core value of inclusivity and sustainability from 14 to 17 October this year at Kuala Lumpur Convention Center, kicking off with engaging pre-event on 14 and 15 from regional projects on marine plastic debris, sea maps, and many more, and followed by main forum on 16 to 17 October. Please stay tuned for more details on our web portal or event website. And in the next session, I will talk about key ASEAN document on circular economy and waste management in brief, to reflect on momentum in ASEAN cooperation on sustainable waste management and the circular economy, which driven by shared regional concerns over environmental degradation, resource inefficiency, and marine plastic pollution. In recent years, ASEAN has set ambitious vision through documents like the AEC Blueprint 2025, which outline pathways for economic integration that underline sustainable practice as a cornerstone of economic growth. These blueprints encourage member states to work collaboratively on policies that enhance environmental sustainability while retaining economic viability, particularly in handling industrial waste. And during the implementation of this blueprint, ASEAN placed renewed emphasis on sustainable economic development in response to the COVID-19 recovery. Two key frameworks were adopted, namely the framework for circular economy for the AEC and the ASEAN strategy for carbon neutrality. This framework and strategy provide guidance to address climate vulnerabilities and promote long-term sustainability in ASEAN. By adopting both frameworks, ASEAN acknowledged the need for a holistic and context-specific approach to sustainable growth. CE framework provides fractal pathway for stakeholders to progressively adopt CE models in achieving sustainable economic development under the objective of AC Blueprint 2025. And due to the fact that circular economy and waste management topics are cross-cutting and cross-sectoral issue, thereby cross-pillar coordination on this topic within the ASEAN mechanism is crucial. In addition to the AEC frameworks or publication documents, the ASEAN Socio-Cultural Community pillar also has an ongoing project on sustainable consumption and production, which is the development of SCP framework. And this framework is expected to be a key step for member states to mainstream SCP as well as circular economy into regional action plan that will assist multi-stakeholders in designing and implementing a specific policy-oriented an approach to shift towards circular economy. Another notable regional document which is relevant to our event today is on marine plastic debris, which is of course a huge global problem, as the way plastic are currently produced, used, and managed often does not reflect economic benefit of an circular economy approach. And this regional action plan for combating marine debris in ASEAN member states play an important role in helping ASEAN turn the tide and help ASEAN in battle with plastic and prevent its marine environment. In this section, I will touch upon or talk about some of the notable regional projects or initiatives promoting circular economy and waste management. And in recent years, ASEAN have witnessed development of online knowledge sharing networks, collaboration platform to support circular economy and waste management. For example, the ASEAN Environment Knowledge Hub, which by the ASEAN Secretariat Environment Division, which is a one-stop platform for public to access different type of knowledge. It aims to raise public awareness on and appreciation of ASEAN cooperation on environment. Moreover, in addition to the Environment Knowledge Hub, ASEAN also witnessed the emergence of several business networks focusing on circular economy. Say, for example, the ASEAN Circularity Coalition established by the EU-ASEAN Business Council, which aims to develop a regulatory framework for sustainable economic growth and private sector investment. Another business network is the ASEBA, or the ASEAN Circular Economy Business Alliance, which is a collaboration between ASEAN Business Advisory Council, ASEAN CSR Network, and the EU Switch Asia program, and they facilitate business-to-business connection, showcasing circular economy solution. Another impactful business network is the UNSCAP Sustainable Business Network, which is a platform for public, private, and international organization collaboration in Asia Pacific, and they do have a task force on different thematic areas, including circular economy. Apart from business and knowledge hub, ASEAN also witnessed a network from the science, technology, and innovation community, which is the ASEAN BCG network, which is a coalition of public, private, and non-government organizations in ASEAN with strong interest in bio, circular, and green economy models. And they aim to strengthen ASEAN capacity in research, development, and technology diffusion. Okay, so in this slide, I will talk about some of the notable projects, but so my apology for not being able to touch upon all of the projects, because there are so many projects, even in this room as well, that are impactful. So one of the projects on in combating marine debris is the Regional Knowledge Center for Marine Plastic Debris, established by the area, hosted by the Asia Institute of Technology. And this center's mission is to provide information to support ASEAN plus 3 member states to help them improve the circularity of plastic and prevent leakage into marine environment. And their modality of collaboration is interesting, where we can learn from. But especially the way they tap on the expertise and knowledge or experience of ASEAN dialogue partner. Because we are not alone, we have Korean, we have Japan, we have Anglo-American society as a dialogue partner. And another project is the ASEAN Municipal Solid Waste Management Enhancement, or AMUSE in short, a German-funded program that aims to improve environmental quality in small and medium city in ASEAN region by optimizing waste disposal and recycling. And our platform is currently working with AMUSE to integrate their knowledge platform into our platform as one of the thematic area for municipal solid waste management. And the last project I wish to touch upon is the CMAP program, or the Southeast Asia Regional Program on Combating Marine Debris, a 5-year program funded by the World Bank that aims to prevent land and sea-based marine plastic pollution in Southeast Asia. So in short, these initiatives serve as a critical infrastructure in facilitating knowledge exchange and collaboration among diverse stakeholders in Southeast Asia. Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the end of my presentation. I would like to thank you for your kind attention. Thank you. Khop.
Thank you, Dr. David, for this enlightening, very good presentation. So, who has been through the network for that Dr. David mentioned? Or have you visited the platforms that were mentioned, the knowledge centers? Probably it's our chance now to look at them. We realize there's so much information, so much networking knowledge centers that we can visit. And probably you can approach Dr. David later to get more details. Okay, again, let's give a big round of applause to Dr. David. So, that's only the first panelist. Now we'll go to the second panelist. Our second panelist is actually a member of PARMS, CORA. So our second finalist is actually the project manager of the Eco-Ecot Center under CORA. And she oversees operations, community training, and impact monitoring. With over 9 years of experience in humanitarian work, she brings expertise in project management, community development, and advocacy. Her background is in disaster risk reduction, DRR, climate change adaptation, and ecosystems management and restoration. It reflects her commitment to inclusive and sustainable solutions. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome our second panelist, Ms. Aiyan Montoya.
Thank you, Sir Jess. Good morning, everyone. His Excellency, partners, colleagues, everyone. Good morning. Thank you for having me today. It's an honor for me to join this impactful and meaningful event with you, and also for me to share what we do in CORA. So let me introduce again our organization. We are Communities Organized for Resource Allocation. We are founded by our Executive Director, Ms. Antoinette Puff. She is a Filipino-American actress and also a Goodwill Ambassador of the United Nations for Environmental Program. Aiyan. Thank you very much. Sure, thank you. Yeah. So we are a non-profit organization. Since 2016, we started in 2016 through volunteerism. We have volunteer works that also contribute to the solutions to the world's most pressing challenges, including environmental and social issues. So in 2016, over 25,000 volunteers have been engaged until now, to address some of the initiatives and problems that we've seen in our partner communities. Like this. So these are some of our core focus areas. We have the human welfare, which we do a lot of feeding programs and climate emergency response. We also have the renewable energy and promoting sustainable energy resources to communities. We also have mangrove rehabilitation and carbon sequestration, which conserves biodiversity but at the same time empowers women economic and livelihood opportunities. We also have circular economy, which we will be delve into deeply later. We do coastal cleanups and educational programs and waste management and resource recovery. Next. These are our core programs in CORA. We have the hashtag LunchBugPH. This is actually our food rescue program. So we partner with different private sector, particularly on the food industry, to recover nearly expiry food and turn it into a hot meals and provide to our partner communities. So in that way, we reduce the food waste and also provide support to communities in need. Next, we have our My Ocean mission. This is in partnership with our scientist expert partner, Ocean, our Sea of East Asia Network, and also KOICA. So this is our marine litter management that uses scientific data monitoring and collection tools. So we engage different volunteers from youth to community members to be part of the initiative and really be engaged and be involved in data management and collection. We also have the Womangrove Warriors. This is in Baybay Leyte. So we empower, and this one is led by our women. That's why it's Womangrove Warriors. So led by our women, they nurture, they grow, they plant mangroves to protect the coastal areas in Baybay City Leyte. We also have the Eco-Ecot Center, which I will be discussed later. And also we have the Youth for Oceans program. This is in partnership with the Embassy of the France to the Philippines and Micronesia. So this aims to encourage youth to participate and be involved in marine protection and conservation. Next slide, please. So as you observed and also through the data, we found out how many tons of plastics daily that are being generated in Metro Manila alone. And also, a study from the World Bank says that 890 million US dollars is lost in the Philippines because of the plastics that are not being recycled into or circulated into valuable materials. Next slide, please. Yeah. So this is one of the solutions that we create, the CORA creates, to really cater communities and to give back also to communities. So Eco-Ecot Center is an inclusive and community-driven recycling system or resource recovery facility that encourage local communities by allowing them to turn over the recyclable materials and in exchange for incentives such as goods, e-cash, and or livelihood products that are available in our centers. Next slide, please. We have 3 Eco-Ecot centers so far. This is in partnership with our donor KOICA, USAID, and of course the OSH. First pilot site is in Barangay San Isidro, Parañaque City, part of Metro Manila. Second is the Ecot Center in Smoky Mountain. And third is the Eco-Ecot Center in Robinson's Tangle BF Home. So these are our sites that are that has proof of concept. So one is integrated. So the pilot site is integrated into an MRF. The second one is a freestanding facility in a community in Smoky Mountain. And at the same time, the third one is a proof of concept that is integrated into the a private sector partner. So we have been partnered with Robinson's Mall, one of the malls here in the Philippines, and have us established the freestanding facility in their mall. Next slide, please. So these are our KOICA champions. So again, we empower women and provide opportunities for their livelihood. So they are the forefront of our operations. So you will meet most of them later on during our site visit. So in our Eco Center, we have three simple steps or stations for our community to follow and even our partners. So first, you can drop off your recyclables as long as it's clean, dry, and segregated. We accept all the recyclables and we will weigh your recyclables. And next is to register and know your points. And then the third is to you can exchange or redeem your points through e-cash or goods and livelihood products that are available in our center. So that's very easy for our communities to follow. So these are the recyclables that we accept from papers, plastics, plastic bottles, rigid plastics, glass bottles, scrap metals, tin, and aluminum metals. So every recyclable, each type of them, has corresponding point value per kilogram. So members, they can choose to exchange their points or save them and then eventually redeem them once they save some bigger points. Next. So again, they can redeem points through our rewards and incentive system. We have the e-cash through GCash, goods, rice or vegetables, and livelihood products. So what do we do in the materials that we accept or the recyclables that we accept? So we turn them or divert them to our end-of-life partners. Number one, the local junk shops. So we also empower local junk shops. We are not competition, but we work with them together in this shared mission, to divert the recyclables or waste away from landfills and oceans. Second is with livelihood programs or livelihood groups, so that the materials that are being diverted to us or turned over to us are created with a new life. And next is upcycling innovation. So these are partners that can turn the recyclables into high valuable products. Next slide, please. So we accept again plastic sachets, soft plastics, and by partnering with upcycling innovations such as Sentinel Upcycling Technologies, they can turn them into high valuable products such as chairs, armchairs, tables, next please, crates, and other materials that you can use also. So for example, one school chair is made out of 750 sachets and 1,500 grams of beverage carpets. Same with mobile bins and benches. Next, please. So apart from the collection resource recovery that we do, we also do social behavior change campaigns and community activations. So we have the Eco Chats. This is our inter-school competition. We also have the Eco Center in your area. This is our pop-up booth and Eco Talk. We also have the house-to-house campaign or what we call Ikot Bahay. And we also have our Eco Tour. So for our Eco Champs, again, this is our inter-school resource recovery contest, which aimed to inspire schools and communities to step up their recycling efforts. So from September to December, this was last year, we've engaged 5 schools from Manila and 5 schools from Parañaque to engage in a friendly competition to recover as much as recyclables or recyclable materials and to boost their participation. So the top performing schools have received their incentives and rewards out of this. Next slide, please. So we have the participants. So we have teachers and administrators, students, maintenance staff, and even parents and household members. Next, please. Yep. So from the Eco Champs, over just 3 months, we were able to gather or collect and divert 44,000 kilograms of recyclables. So those came from 10 schools, significantly contributing to the waste reduction efforts. Next slide. Yeah. Overall, our milestone, we have collected and diverted 173 metric tons of recyclables of various types. We have trained 18 women champions and over 118,000 US dollars incomes and rewards. We also have 1,500 members registered and 2.6 million people reached through our online and on-ground campaigns. And those are in partnership with our partners and stakeholders from the private sector, government, private sector partners, community groups, and even our partner from KOICA, USAID, and OSEAN. Next slide. So these are our call to action to build an Eco-Ecot Center facility. It's an opportunity to integrate the Eco-Ecot Center into existing community facilities such as a MRF or Materials Recovery Facility. Secondly, for corporate social responsibility programs to sponsor or co-organize recycling campaigns or even social behavior change campaigns and community awareness campaigns. Next is social behavior change campaigns to co-sponsor or host community events and awareness campaigns that promote benefits of recycling, sustainability, and waste reduction while increasing visibility for the brand. Next slide. And so, be a partner for the planet. Be part of our mission to create a more sustainable future. Get involved today. That's the end of my presentation. Thank you very much.
I'm sure everyone knows what IEC means. Information, Education, Communication, right? But now we just jumble up the words. EIC, what's EIC? Eco-Ecot Center. Okay. So thank you, Miss Aiyan, for enlightening us on what EIC is and how this program comes about. Okay, let's give another big round of applause to Miss Aiyan. Our third panelist is actually our Deputy Country Director of KOICA Philippines office. She started working for KOICA way back 2007, and she became the manager of Latin America team for KOICA headquarters, and then became the manager also of Multilateral Cooperation and Humanitarian Assistance Department of KOICA headquarters, and then became the director of ODA Education, also in headquarters, and then moved to the Philippine office. Now, our Deputy County Director, let's welcome all Director Jong-myoung. Sorry, Director Du.
Good morning, everyone. Magandang umaga sa inyong lahat. My name is Jong-myoung, as introduced, and Deputy Country Director of the Philippines office. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to share the details of our project that we are implementing in the Philippines, and I'll be also sharing information about the project that we are implementing in Indonesia later. Actually, the waste management sector is not actually the mainstream for KOICA's implementation. I'd like to say that we could have consistent supported related project over the past 20 years. Especially with the recent global spotlight on circular economy models, we have supported multiple projects that promote this approach, including the establishment of waste management facilities, including MRFs, social behavior changes, promotion, and sustainable waste management. So let me begin with introduction to our project, Marine Litter Management, Enhancement of Marine Litter Management in Manila Bay, or EMLN project. So, in partnership with Department of Environment and National Resources, or DNR, in coordination with PCG and the Korea Marine Environment Management Corporation, or COEM, our COV station network OSEAN. These are our partner institutions. And later, as Ms. Aiyan introduced, we also have collaboration or cooperation with the USAID with KORA. So the project period is from 2022 to 2026, and the coverage of the project is the National Capital Region, or NCR, and Region 3 and Region 4A surrounding the Manila Bay. These are the key deliverables of our project. First, development of a marine litter management strategy for Manila Bay, and provision and operation of a marine cleanup vessel. Thirdly, establishment of two material recovery facilities, or MRF, as Ms. Aiyan introduced, and conduct of capacity building programs of marine litter monitoring and management. And lastly, the EIC, Information, Education, and Communication, and Social and Behavior Change programs on solid waste management and marine and coastal protection. So let me explain some of these activities in more detail. First is the marine litter monitoring activity. It serves as a foundational data collection effort to support the development of marine litter management strategy. In collaboration with our lead partner, DNR, we selected 10 hotspot sites around the Manila Bay and have been conducting quarterly monitoring since our project began. We now have around 2.5 years of data collection, and we expect to complete the 3 full years of data collection by end of this year. Second activity is coastal cleanup activity conducted in partnership with KORA, one of our partner. And this activity is carried out monthly basis and is entirely driven by the voluntary participation of the citizens. Together with OSEAN and KORA, we have also trained the citizen scientists and provided online education programs to raise awareness about the importance of marine and coastal environment within local communities. These efforts aim to promote community-led environmental protection and reduce land-based waste from reaching to the ocean through social behavior changes. Our main activity site is Lasting as Arriyavat Wetland Park, a designated Ramsar wetland. Over the past 29 months, a total of 2,341 volunteers participated, and we have collected almost 8 tons of marine litter from the activities. And this is KOICA Center because Ms. Aiyan already gave you full information about this project, but I would like to just say that the meaningfulness of this activity is collaboration with the multiple donor agencies or development partner. This model was originally introduced through USAID's Clean Cities Blue Ocean, or CCBO program, in collaboration with KORA. So this is where residents bring properly cleaned recyclables to the facility and are paid according to the type and weight of the materials. This system improves the household recycling rates and contributes to sustainable waste management practices in the community. The KOICA centers are built on strong partnership with the local government, private sector, and active participation from the residents, particularly women, to ensure their long-term sustainability. Lastly, the last component of this project that I would like to introduce is marine litter cleanup vessel, or MCUB. This is the largest single component among this project activities and designed to collect the marine floating debris, especially plastics and packaging materials in Manila Bay. The size of this vessel is about 1990 tons and has a collection capacity up to about 50 tons. Detailed operation routes and collection schedules will be developed until early next year in consultation with the key stakeholders. The vessel is still under construction in Korea and is scheduled to be delivered to the Philippines in early February next year. I'm sorry. This was the last part of the components of the project. So throughout the monthly monitoring and series of consultation with the stakeholders, we developed Manila Bay Maritime Management Guideline, which was freshly published last month. So it was developed with a cooperation with the academe through workshops and training programs and series of consultation with the DNR and local government units, Metro Manila Development Authority, Manila Bay Port and Navy Office, and other stakeholders. So it suggests a way of effective implementation of the National Plan of Action on Marine Litter or MPOA-ML, including enhanced operation structures and goals and responsibility of 13 mandamus agencies of the rehabilitation and preservation of Manila Bay. So before moving to next project, I would like to mention that the EMLM project is particularly meaningful as it is being implemented through close collaboration of central government agencies, local governments, NGOs, the private sector, and communities and citizens. Moreover, this project holds even greater significance as it seeks to amplify its impact through coordination and partnership among different development partners. So I believe this model of cooperation will yield valuable results and set a strong model for future projects. The next project I would like to introduce is actually the steel pipeline project, which is currently under development. A capacity building initiative for local government, which will be Nabuta City in Metro Manila, aimed to establishing a sustainable waste management system grounded in a circular economy framework. Nabutas is one of the LGU within the Metro Manila, and they have a sanitary landfill, but is expecting the closure this August. So this upcoming project is designed to align with the EMLM project, and also its primary focus is to support local government unit, which are on the front line of waste management operations by strengthening their capacity not only in the sustainable management of solid waste, but also fostering an ecosystem of waste management practices based on circular economy principles. We anticipate that in long run, this initiative will contribute to multiple positive outcomes, not only LG's compliance of Republic Act 9003 or Ecological Solid Waste Management Act, but also reducing the economic burden of waste management, cutting down the greenhouse gas emissions, and improving overall environmental sustainability at the local level. This is the project that our colleagues in Indonesia is implementing. So there might be limitation of my knowledge about this project. But I'd like to introduce this project, marine plastic debris mitigation by reducing floating river waste in the Republic of Indonesia. This project was actually developed around the time that we also developed the EML project in the Philippines, but as tailored to local conditions by focusing on marine waste management, which was found to be the critical issue in the country. The project main partner is Coordinating Ministry for Maritime and Investment Affairs of Indonesia. And the project site is Cisadane River in Tangerang, Banten province, a location known for its long-standing problem of river waste pollution contributing to the marine litter. So the main deliverables of the project is pilot design, installation, and operation of the trash boom in the Cisadane River. Second, installation and improvement of a pre-treatment and recycle facility of waste for waste collected from the river and the nearby village. Third, capacity building program and public awareness campaigns to promote river waste reduction practices. So far, our colleague in Indonesia has completed the selection of project site and commenced the facility design in collaboration with Indonesian partners. Moving forward, by end of this year, the project will proceed with the installation of river debris interception and collection facilities, as well as treatment and recycling facilities for collected waste. I'd like to say I'm particularly very proud that I'm joining with our project partner, OSEAN and KORA. And I strongly believe that the addressing environmental challenges requires joint efforts, shared responsibility, and continuous innovation. I sincerely hope this session provides meaningful insights for all participants and contributes to further discussions on collaboration in the future. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Director Jong-myoung, for sharing the marine litter management initiatives from Manila Bay, sustainable and circular economy system in Avota CP, which is in the pipeline, and the marine debris mitigation in Indonesia. So from EIC, we learned another acronym, SBC. What's SBC? Social and Behavioral Change. Okay, thank you. Let's give another round of applause to Director G. Our fourth panelist used to be the Executive Director of Sachon Federation for Environmental Movement in Korea, Manager of Policy Bureau of Korea Marine Rescue Center, and currently the Chief Science Officer of Our Sea of East Asia Network Korea. So I saw that our panelists published a 3-page list of publication, an author of 2 books. So I hope I could read or get hold of these books. Ours, The Impact of Marine Debris on Wildlife in South Korea and Our Sustainable Ocean. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome our fourth panelist, Dr. Jong-myoung Lee.
Magandang umaga po. Good morning, everyone. I'm Jong-myoung Lee. I'm a co-founder and chief science officer of our Sea of East Asia Network, or OSEAN. Thank you for inviting me in this meaningful event, and I'm very pleased to have the opportunity to share our citizen science powered by AI and cloud platforms can help us tackle marine litter. Today, I will introduce the Ocean Nights initiative, which is already transforming how we observe, analyze, and act on marine debris at scale. We Ocean was established in 2009 with a mission to address marine debris problems through science and expertise. Our vision is to serve a regional platform for marine litter solution in the Asia Pacific. We see citizen science not just as a data collection tool, but as a bridge that connects monitoring, education, international cooperation, and policy change. OSEAN serves as the secretariat for the Asia-Pacific Civil Forum on Moderator, or APML, which is a coalition of 11 NGOs from 9 different countries. To build the capacity and share knowledge, APML conducts monthly seminars on scientific papers and hold regular meetings. Furthermore, as you can see on the right, we publish the Moderator news twice a year. This newsletter showcases the activities and achievement of NGOs across the Asia-Pacific region in their effort to reduce Moderator. OSEAN is dedicated to collaborating with our partner organizations to enhance their professional expertise. The strength of this relationship is built on trust, which was affirmed with a high score of 9.2 points in an evaluation conducted by a professional third-party organization. As a member of the project management consultancy for KOICA's EMLM project, which Ms. Yu introduced earlier, OSEAN is conducting Moderator monitoring along the entire Manila Bay. The result of this monitoring have been incorporated into the recently launched policy proposal, the Comprehensive Guideline on Moderator Management in Manila Bay. We are also carrying out capacity building, pilot cleanups, and public awareness campaigns in partnership with local NGOs like CORA. In addition, OSEAN is supporting the expansion of CORA's eco centers in Manila. OSEAN's framework for tackling Moderator is built on our 16-year National Beach Litter Monitoring Program of Korea. Based on this experience and the request of the APEC Secretariat, we developed a framework that can be used by APEC economies to develop their own shoreline marine debris monitoring program. The results of this work are available in a published report and a scientific paper. As you can see in the diagram on the right, we have presented the decision criteria for each key element of a Moderator monitoring. By following this flow, users can select the most appropriate monitoring methodology for their specific needs. I recently created a temporary web page to assist with this process. When you have a moment, I would appreciate it if you could test it out and provide me with your feedback, or so I can further develop this web page. So you can take the picture of the QR code and you can access the web page. The OSEAN framework is a data-driven strategy that begins with scientific monitoring to identify the top 10 most common debris items. This analysis directly informs our two-part action plans, the 10-to-1 campaign for prevention and the Ocean Nights program for responsive cleanup and on-site monitoring of local conditions. This entire process is powered by Ocean Cloud, a tailored data platform enabling citizen participation and evidence-based decision. It creates a continuous cycle of improvement. We evaluate our success, use the feedback to refine our strategy, and ultimately aim to scale this proven model from Korea to the Asian region and the broader Asia Pacific. The core objective of 10-to-1 campaign is to reduce the top 10 marine debris items found on our coast by an ambitious 19% reduction goal. As the name 10-to-1 suggests, our goal is to bring the problem of 10 key items down to the impact of just one. The list of target 10 items is comprised of the 7 most frequently found items based on years of Korean marine debris monitoring program data, combined with the 3 additional items identified as having the most severe negative impact on our marine ecosystem and local industry. As you can see from the images on the slide, these items are unfortunately very familiar. They include the common single-use plastics like beverage bottles and food packaging, as well as items directly related to the fishing and recreational activities such as styrofoam buoy, rope, and cigarette butts. Ocean Nights is a citizen-powered and data-driven initiative designed to find hotspots for efficient marine debris collection. Ocean Nights include 4 specialized citizen science groups: Urban, Terra, Sky, and Aqua Nights. Each group operates in a different domain: urban street, coastline, and the surface and underwater, creating a multi-layered AI-supported monitoring system. Let me give you detail. Sky Nights are observing from above. They use aerial drone camera and AI marine debris recognition technology to identify coastal debris hotspots. This method is fast, non-invasive, and scalable, covering large area in a short period of time. Would you please click once? I'm sorry. I want to show how AI can detect the marine debris in the image, but it doesn't work. Aquanites are trained volunteer divers who record underwater debris using camera, especially ghost gear and marine animals and livers entangled by marine debris. Their documentation help us understand the invisible threat beneath the surface. In our recent publication in Marine Pollution Bulletin Journal, the underwater debris in Korea are mainly originated from gillet fishery and mostly impact commercial fish. This figure is an example of a research paper we published in 2019. This methodology was adapted to Terra Nights. Terra Nights monitor litter on beaches, track trends, and classify hotspot area with a rapid assessment method. They also assess the volume and likely sources of debris, helping authorities and volunteer groups carrying out more effective cleanup operation. Urban Nights monitor and remove trash from city streets, especially near drains and urban water pathways. Our AI-based mobile app, Urban AI, automatically detect and classify 5 major land-based items from 10-to-1 campaign, such as a cigarette butt, plastic bottles, and takeout containers. It doesn't work. Currently available for Android phone, you can download our AI-powered app if you are using Android phone by the QR code on the slide. Currently available for Android phone. We're hoping it will be released for iPhone later this year. With just a smartphone, anyone can become an urban nights, helping clean our streets and protect the ocean at the same time. All data collected by the Ocean Nights program is stored and analyzed through Ocean Cloud, our integrated digital platform. This platform was co-developed by Ocean and Devgru, a Korean IT company. All participants in Ocean Nights can upload their observations and track spatial temporal data trends. The system can be adapted for different projects and organizations around the world. It transforms citizen participation into measurable, reportable, and verifiable environmental data. Long-term monitoring helps us track the effectiveness of intervention over time. In Korea, national monitoring provides a simple but powerful indicator, the number of debris items per meter, which can be aligned with the UN Sustainable Development Goal 14.1. The chart shows sharp decreasing of styrofoam buoy debris number after the government intervention, but increasing trend of formed fragments indicated that the policy was not enough because abandoned styrofoam buoy are still degrading to microplastics. We are actively seeking partners and sponsors who can support and join us in this mission. Your interest and support are essential for making a real difference. Thank you for your attention. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you very much, Dr. Jong-myoung Lee. So we learned about 4 groups of nights. So you have the Ocean Nights. And then you've got which is actually an integration of all the 4 different types of nights. You've got the urban, the terra, and the sky nights. And you have after that, you collect also the ecosystem impact data called aqua nights. So from EIC to SBC to the 5 types of nights. Let's give another big round of applause to Dr. Jong-myoung Lee. Now we invite all the panelists up on stage and we'll begin our panel discussion. Okay, I know that everybody presented successful projects, initiatives, and in the course of developing and implementing your projects, I'm sure that you have 1 or 2 top steps, actions that really contributed most to the success of the program. Talking about Pareto analysis, what are those top 1 or 2 actions that really contributed the most to your projects? So anybody can start.
Hello, hi. Allow me to respond to your question regarding the key success factor for implementing projects. So to my personal opinion, I believe the ability to identify the stakeholder demands and ability to create a demand-driven activity is one of the key elements for it. That's the case to implementation of projects. Say, for example, in the circular economy area of our projects, like we have been trying to identify the core focus of different type of stakeholders. Say, for example, private sector. This is relevant to your presentation earlier, sir. So during last 2-3 years, we're trying to truly identify like what's the core interests of a private sector in order to enable us to effectively work with them. And fortunately, we identified EPR and PRO as one of the key area for us to engage with private sector. I just stop here. Yeah. Pass on the mic to your desk, to your right. Anywhere. Okay. Go ahead, Saya.
So, for me, since we work with the communities, so our work mostly our on-ground activities and community activations. Key successes of our programs is built on really the communications and social and behavior change awareness campaigns. So what I've mentioned earlier are the Eco Champs, our inter-school competition, resource recovery competition, our pop-up booth and eco talks, eco tours, and even our house-to-house campaigns because it creates awareness to communities for them to participate. Sometimes you have to really reach out to communities for them to really be part of the solution in this shared mission. For them to know that we have something that is that we have initiatives such as the Eco Center, which can help them recover resources and let them know that these resources, the ones that we consume, are also valuable and they can gain from it through the point system that we aim to apply to our Eco Center. So that's it from me.
Okay, thank you. I'm always proud that I was the one of the designer of our Korea National Beach Debris Monitoring Program. And we found out that the styrofoam buoy from aquaculture is number one debris in our coast. And we published a paper in International Scientific Journal. And we began to organize policy development workshop with the stakeholders, and we succeeded to persuade the Korean government to include the styrofoam buoy as a top priority item in their national basic marine debris management plan of Korean government. And Korean government started to support fishermen who want to exchange styrofoam buoy to government certified durable buoy. And after that, we could find out that significant decreasing trend of styrofoam buoys in our coastline. So we contributed to policy development from our data, and also we can prove the impact of our government intervention. So we could successfully mobilize the survey data for policy and evaluation. It is the most successful story from us.
Yeah, indeed, data is very important for coming up with policies. Let's hear from the Director Jill.
For waste management sector, I think waste is generated in every stage of economic activities, and every citizen is a stakeholder in terms of waste management. So I think it is really important to encourage everyone to participate and having open dialogue with all stakeholders. So our project is still ongoing, but I hope this project will be very successful because we encourage participation from the governments and private sectors and community engagement. These are all included in this project.
Now, anybody from the floor, from the audience, who'd like to ask questions? So we had a very interesting presentations. Anyone who'd like to? Yeah, please pass on the mic to. Go ahead. Hi, please introduce yourself and your organization.
Good morning. I'm Rudolph Peralta from ARUP. So ARUP is the technology partner of Asian Development Bank. We're doing currently a certain project focused on Pasig River. So we're developing a proof of concept for the plastic waste digital twin of the 27-kilometer stretch of Pasig River. And it's really an honor to be able to attend this meaningful forum with all of our circular economy champions and with all of our environmental conservation protection champions, right? So in our first few months of work in doing this project, one of the key items that we're trying to solve is not just to mitigate or introduce interventions through effective cleanup operations, but also to identify the waste source pollutions. So maybe for the panel, in your current studies, works, or initiatives, especially for the Manila Bay, for the AI-assisted citizen application, the one that was really presented earlier, that was really a good application. Any insights on the sources of the waste pollutions on the Manila Bay and on the AI assisted? So I think that's one of the key items that we're really interested to know, not just to address the cleanup, but also to identify the sources. How would you relate it to the sources?
I think
pollution.
we are hoping that we get the AI science initiative presented earlier. So I think that's the question will be directed for you.
Yeah, thank you for your question. But our AI technology is not actually applied in Manila Bay because we don't have a not that very good internet connection in Manila Bay area. But we are just start in Korea. Our AI machine is very working well in Korea, but we are trying to adapt it in Manila Bay.
Okay, so we are hoping that we can apply this in Manila Bay.
Soon.
Yeah, soon. Oh, that's good. That's good news. Okay. Anybody any insights that we can you can contribute to that? So you'd like to have monitoring of waste along the 37 kilometers of Manila Bay. How can that happen? Any insights? If none, we can probably entertain another question, or is it a comment?
It's more of a comment.
Please, please.
So my name is Christine. I'm the project manager of Circular Explorer. I think as part of my program tomorrow.
Yes, yes.
But also on the AI, we hope that we'd be able to show something a bit similar what OSEAN is doing. So it's still ongoing, but I think it would be in the spirit of collaboration, would be a really good platform. I think some of it had probably been shown. We have a partnership with the marine scientists at the University of the Philippines, and we did develop something similar. In terms of the AI, it was optimized using the vessel. So everything that's been collected on the vessel has been applied to a model that was already also developed. And I think this is also linked in the national, the NPOA ML, Plan of Action for Marine Litter for the Philippines. So I think with the lessons learned that was shared by the panelists, we could make something robust. And this is a good time to really collaborate on the data, because all of the AI models have to be trained anyway. So the actual collection will train and it will be tested on that model. So hopefully we could discuss a bit more about that. But it's a really good and very inspiring presentation coming from the case at Korea, just because it has influenced and they have been able to monitor the decrease in particular types of marine litter just because they managed to engage well and present a data-driven report, right, to influence the policymakers. So I think it's a really good tag to have right now and have all of these discussions. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your sharing. We're excited tomorrow that we'll be we'll be able to see and experience how to be in that vessel. Okay, so are we going to do an plastic audit tomorrow, or so? Okay, let's see what's going to happen tomorrow. But we look forward to that. Any other questions from the floor? Yes.
Hello, good morning. I'm Kyle Tensa from Business Road, a Philippine newspaper. Anyway, my question is addressed to the representative from the Korean Development Organization, KOICA. Yeah. What are the challenges in advancing the circular economy in the Philippines and other ASEAN countries? Also, we all know that ordinary Filipinos wouldn't embrace something that is not that doesn't contribute to their economic well-being. Now, my question is, how profitable is the circular economy, and how can we actually advance this to um, uh, transform it into something that is contributing significantly to our economic intermediate growth level rather.
Um, I've got so many questions. And questions are very difficult to answer, but the challenges, maybe I'll ask Dr. Jong-myoung to help supplement my comments. And the challenges while I'm implementing this project is every stakeholders was worrying about the practices of collection and segregation at the source, mainly the household. So as the Republic Act 9003, the barangay, which is the smallest unit of government in the Philippines, has the responsibility to take care of the wastes in the Philippines. But due to the limited budget and limited knowledge of the citizens, it's really hard to start from the source, especially in the household. So that's why we are really focusing on the social behavior change for the community with collaboration with our partners. So that's what we are also considering. That will be the big portion for our next project or Nabotas City as well. And
I come from the private sector and worked for more than 30 years actually the private sector. And actually it's a challenge to go for circular economy considering that there are no alternate materials yet to use. We are attempting from the private sector to be a little bit set circular, but for plastic packaging, it's still a big challenge for us. But tomorrow you'll have a speaker from Coca-Cola. They have the PET recycling. They are able now to use recycled materials as input for the raw materials. So I think that question can better be answered by Coca-Cola in the presentation tomorrow. Okay, but I should say it's really a challenge. Circular economy concepts can be applied in other materials like organic materials, way back when I was working with Nestle, the organic waste are turned into soil conditioner. The soil conditioner is being given to the farmers, coffee farmers, and as an incentive so that they can sell the coffee berries to us. So that is probably a circular economy model that we use in Nestle. But for packaging materials, it's still very challenging. And tomorrow, you'll probably listen or hear comments from Coca-Cola. Okay. Anybody who'd like to comment? Yes. I think that this is the last question. I think time is
It's a lot of pressure. My question is relatively easy. By the way, I'm Young Andy. I'm from BDO, Unibank. And my question is actually speaks to what you just mentioned right now. Obviously, I come from the private sector, and I just wanted to get an understanding of, beyond the internal level of recycling and disclosed economy you mentioned, how can the private sector get more involved in, some of the projects that you mentioned, or is there even room for private sector to help in those?
Probably join PARMS. I'm inviting you actually to join organizations like Philippine Alliance. We are always being approached to these kinds of events, and we meet people who are like-minded like us, who wanted to also help in addressing issues like debris. So we welcome you to join us, and we also interact a lot with our government partners. We have ASEC Gilbert Gonzalez here. They can also channel to us projects that they can catch coming from the donor agencies. Okay, they can also work with us in projects that they are doing.
Okay, so you are looking for private sector, partnerships or involvement in these projects?
Yes, and we also need options from the private sector. In fact, our group has different committees and they lead different initiatives to help also push forward to address this issue on marine pollution.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. So Zed is here with me, and probably Zed can approach video. Yeah. Last question, okay? Aaron.
Sorry for taking up
Sure, go ahead.
more time.
We have 1 minute left.
I'm Aaron. I'm part of PARMS and also a plastic recycler.
Yes.
I want to address the circular economy issue, if it's profitable or not. So we should not approach the circular economy model with a question like, is it profitable? But it's should be approached as a responsibility. It's a collaboration between different sectors, the brand owners, the recyclers, the government agencies. Because when we talk about circular economy, it's not only about plastics, it's not only about packaging. In circular economy is everything, from your clothing, from the bags that you use. It could be a luxury bag like Hermes or whatever, but there also goes into the bio material. But let us need to understand that the biomaterial needs to have a special facility to treat this biomaterial. Recyclability is also will depends on the design of the packaging for recyclability. So there needs to be standards on these different sectors. Without the standards, you can be producing a packaging that cannot be recycled. And it will just cut the circularity. So it's a collaboration between different sectors. Thank you.
Thank you, Aaron, for the comments. Yeah, circular economy is not just about economic feasibility, how we can do that, but it's another concept that I think everybody should be engaged in. It's now a responsibility. It's a way of doing things. Okay. So I think we ran out of time. So I'd like to invite everybody again to thank our panelists. Oh, before that, I forgot. I think I need to ask them one more. I'd like to get probably a minute from each of them to deliver their final message, something that they'd like for you to take home with them. So let's start from.
I'm very happy to find out that I have many potential partners in this room with AI technology and potential private sector partners. And I already told you that we are seeking partners and sponsors so we can keep working together and develop our model to ASEAN region and for the Asia Pacific region. I hope so. Thank you.
Well, I would like to thank everyone for the opportunity. It's an honor. Similar with Dr. Jong-myoung, I'm happy to hear that we have potential partners, and hopefully you can also work with CORA in terms of community engagement and programs and initiatives that we do in communities in Manila and in Parañaque. And hopefully we can also broaden our or expand our initiatives to different cities and even in provinces or in other regions so that everyone can also participate. So later on, you will also see the KOICA Center in Smoky Mountain, and hopefully everyone will realize how important this action we're doing right now to our work, and how important it is to share this not only with our circle of environmentalists, but also to other people and to other community members who needs to take part in the shared mission. Thank you.
Okay, so my last thoughts on this session is that, like, I want to remind all of us on our initiative. When talking about circular economy transition, it does not only involve policy development or innovative business models or a industry collaboration, but I would like to remind all of you regarding human resource or education. We need to think of how we could possibly develop, a workforce that could maintain this circular system. Yep, I just stop here.
I just like to thank ASEAN Korean Center for giving me the opportunity to share our project information here, and also to meet the potential partners for our next steps. As I mentioned earlier, I think for the waste management issue, I think the Philippines has a really active actors in the field, and also the government is also very interested and ready to support the activities. So I hope we can continue our the KOICA's project for next year very successfully. Thank you.
Okay, we look at plastics or marine debris as the problem, but we realize that these materials do not just go there to the ocean or water bodies by themselves. The inhabitants of the earth are the ones putting them there. So man is a problem, and we believe man is also the solution to the problem. With that, let's thank everybody, our panelists, and let's give them a round of applause again. Thank you.